Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year again. Welcome to the first round of Season 3 in the Premier Formula Racing League. Welcome to Saudi Arabia. Welcome to Jeddah. Jeddah, one of the fastest circuits in the calendar. We have in total 3 DRS zones, so expect a lot of DRS trains in here. We have 27 corners, one of the longest tracks on the calendar, like I said. And here we are in the pit lane, waiting for everyone to come out. First, we have a qualifying, of course. And then we have the race, a 50% race. We have some new drivers as well. We have some reserve drivers. Let me see, who is the reserve driver? I see Coke. Coke is replacing Ben Dixon in the Alfa Romeo. We have also Sherzy. I think he has to join again. Yes, he does. And we have Reese in the Mercedes. He is replacing Tommy today. We have one driver who could not come, which is Sammy, so that's a real shame. And we're gonna look who takes the first pole position of this season, which will be very interesting. Let's see if we can have the timings as well. Here, there we go. So, last season, Luke Walstow, of course, took the championship in the Ferrari. This time, however, he is in the Alpine, and he is doing an outlap, so you should expect great things from him, but also, we need to look at Luca, of course, who took the last few races, who took that pole position, took the race win. Also new this season, safety cars have now been enabled, so that is very nice. I think it will happen. There is a big chance that we will see a safety car on this track, of course, but let's wait and see, as I am looking for the track map. There we go, full track map, and we'll see who is in a lap, who is not, as we see that Coke DNF'd for some reason. Okay, let's see if we can take a look here, because here he DNF, but we don't see that. He was in a lap, but on board now with Sakuro, who sets purple in Sector 1. I want to say, which is not really crazy, seeing the fact that no real... Tainsy sets to 28.4, which is the time to beat. Oh, Sakuro touches the wall here. And Luke Walstow, are you kidding me? Luke Walstow DNF'd. Our defending world champion DNF'd in the qualifying session in round 1. Something we did not expect here. As Sakuro is setting a great lap, I think, as he goes through the last corner. Early on your pedal. And take that corner very short, almost into the pit lane, and he gets a 28.8, which is enough for P5 as it stands. Let's see who is in the lap. It seems like Plum is in the lap here. Also last corner. Let's see what he can get here. As we have a yellow flag, but I think that is for blue flags. Plum is a 28.8. It's close after each other. Next across the line, Özkan, and behind him we have Reese in a lap. And also the AlphaTauri of Dryer Elf. I need to learn the names, because we have some new ones. First Reese. Across the line, very slow indeed, 135. That's not what we want to see here. Hardy also sets a lap, which is great. Then, who do we have in a lap? We have Lucas starting a lap, I think. Or is he going into the pits? Yes, he is going into the pits. Who can we watch here? We have an invalidation of Özkan in the Alpine, who was in the Red Bull in the previous season, but now has changed seats to the Alpine next to Luke Wallstow, who disqualified, which is a shame. Let's see. Hardy in a lap here. No, he isn't. He's warming up his tires. Let's see. Ofek. Ofek is going for a lap, I think. I hope, actually. He is going into the pits. Okay, this is going very nice for the first round of the season. We catch many drivers who actually are not in a round, in a lap. Everyone is in pits. Let's see if we can look. Oh, as someone has spun there. Aylord is, I think, on an in-lap. And let's check with Wagner now. Who is on a lap, I think. Who is not on a lap, no, a 150. But will go for a lap right now. There he goes. Okay, we can look with Wagdy. Let's see what he can get. Already has a 128.5, but he needs to produce, well, let's say 7/10 to be on pole. So let's see how much he gains in Sector 1 here. So he gets a very narrow line here. You have to be quick and you have to be narrow and within the lines. There we go, Sector 1. What can he do there? He has 4/10 up, which will be enough for a P4 for now. So close to the wall here. Oh, here as well, he is pushing very hard here. Let's see what he can produce in Sector 2. As purple Sector 2, purple Sector 1, this can be a brilliant lap here. Are we witnessing here the pole lap from Wagdy? Let's see, into the final corner we go. We have a full DRS here. On the throttle, nice and easy. Across the line to get a 27.8, only 1/100th of a second behind Ofek. That was a lap indeed. Let's see, we have the Mercedes who is not in a lap. No, he isn't. Plum is going for a lap. I think he will be the first one. Look how wide he takes this line. And then into turn 1 he goes. Late braking, cuts the chicane there. Nice and easy, there he goes. So 28.8 to beat, and it's so close between the top 3. We have only 6/100ths of a second between the top 3. And now even less because Alex sets a pole lap 1:27.7. But first we have Plum. Plum, who is now in sector 2. Oh, very close to the wall there. They always go so close to the wall there. That is so nice to see. Unbelievable stuff. Lots of traffic here. Lots of traffic here. Are they all moving away? Oh, almost crashed into the back there. But he managed to get past now. Last corner. There he goes. What will he produce? Is he faster? 28. Oh, it's a 28.1. Which will be enough for P5. Not really enough for a pole lap. As Uskan goes P8 here, 28.8. Let's see, who's on a lap? Do we have Nitsen not on a lap? Nitsen is on an out lap and he is starting the lap right now, I think. He is on an out lap still. Okay, then it is Ofek who is in a lap. Yes, he is. There he goes. On board now with Ofek. Can he get any faster here? He needs to produce 1/10 and maybe more because we've also... Oh, he goes wide and that costs him the lap. He invalidated. And he knows that as well. Who do we have in a lap? Well, not Gandalf. Lord. It says minus 40 seconds. I can't really believe that is true. Minus 4/10. That is better. Minus 4/10 will bring him very close. Okay, no, it's a 1:30. Never mind, Eddie. Don't be excited yet. Only 4/10, which will be enough for maybe a P12. But he invalidated already. Nothing to look at. Okay, talking about invalidation. Dryer Elf. We have someone who didn't set a lap yet, I wanted to say, but as I said it, he crosses the line to produce a 1:28.4. Everyone in the pits now except for Nitsen, who is in a lap and can go a 10th faster. And if you go a 10th faster in this position, then you already got P5, P6 on your hands, because from P6 till P11, we only have, well, 2/10s. Not even 2/10s between them, which is so close. Also, between the top 4, only 2/10s. Which is almost nothing, as Nitsen does go purple in sector 2. But 2/10s will not be enough to take P1 here. We have 4 minutes left in this session, which means everyone is preparing right now for their final lap. A lap where it needs to happen. If you want to take pole here, which Nitsen does not do, then it needs to happen right now. And I doubt that there is any more time left for Nitsen to come in and start over again. Very much doubt that. As we have Yaragor. I need to learn some names. Yarak Roker. How should I call you? Roker. I'm calling you Roker. Yes. Starting a lap from Roker. What can you produce? That is the question. Doesn't seem like he's pushing, but I think he is. Let's see what his time is in Sector 1 as he gets a little bit of traffic here. Goes away, but invalidates because of that. I don't blame Roker anything here. And who is that? That's Alex. Yeah, Alex didn't saw it, I guess. Who is on an outlap? Who do we have first to cross the line? I think that will be... No, that is not Sakuro, so then it will be Sherzy. Yes, it is. Sherzy first to cross the line. To begin his final lap in the qualifying session of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. What can he produce? His debut, actually, in this league. Would be fun to be in the points already. But then you need to produce a good lap here. Does not seem he is pushing, but I think he is. We can see that right here when we cross the line for the... Oh, okay, he invalidates. Oh, he did not invalidate. How did he not invalidate? I'm not sure. He did cut the corner very obviously. But yeah, there he goes. Very close to the wall. Oh, and he almost lost it. And that will cost him time. That will cost him time. And that is qualifying done for Sherzy as he touches the wall there as well. Let's go to Alex, who is on a lap. And is pushing. He has that pole right now. And he is half a tenth up from his own time. Question is, will that be enough? Now into Sector 2. The right-hander here. Oh, cuts the corner. And almost touches the wall, because they all do that. And now a straight line. And he sets a purple Sector 2, still half a tenth up. Half a tenth up will bring him to a 27.6. That would be nice. He gets some traffic as well. He gets a slipstream as well. Oh, and there he goes almost, but what can he produce? Cross the line, 27.6 as Luca retired. He will not be a pole contender anymore. We go to Ofek. Ofek also in the lap as the Alfa Romeo Regni almost spins around. Ofek, can he take pole position? No, he cannot. Next to cross the line. Who is next to cross the line? We have Plum in a lap right here. We see a Mercedes cross the line. He does not improve. Alord crosses the line. Does not improve. Then we have Plum. What can Plum do? As he enters the final corner. Oh, it almost touches the wall, but he goes on the throttle and crosses the line. Can he go pole? No, he cannot. A 27.888 will be enough for P4 in this qualifying session. Then is Matthijs still running? No, he isn't. He invalidated his lap. And Sakuro isn't anymore. Hardy crosses the line at P9. 28.4 for him. And then we have Sakura, who isn't on a lap anymore. Gandalf, who isn't on a lap anymore. They all cross the line, which means that Alex will take the first pole position of this season. Wow. He is happy about that. Look at that DRS. Yes, he is happy about that. And Luca only P5. But maybe another shocker. Luke Walstow, the defending world champion, who DNF'd in, well, the first couple of minutes of this qualifying session, as we see a tire there. Someone lost it, I think. And then we wait. So, like I said, Alex, who is on pole position for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. We have Ovek right beside him in P2, the McLaren. Wegdi P3, Plum P4, Luca only P5. Expected a little bit more for him. Nitsen P6, Roker P7, Matthijs P8, Hardy P9, Tainty takes P10. Uskan P11 in the Alpine, who switched seats. Sakuro P12, Gandalf P13. Sherzy, his debut, he starts on P14. Reese P15, A-Lord P16, and Angry Dude P17. And of course, Luke Walstow in P18 because he did not qualify at all. Now, the important moment is there, straight into racing action. When the lights go on and the lights go off, we are on our way in Season 3. 20 seconds remaining. There we go. Lights are on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're out. And we are on our way in Season 3 of the Premier Formula Racing League. And Alex has a brilliant start. Ovek has to watch out. Oh, as the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari of Wegdi and Plum touches. And Wegdi goes P3 here. Behind, we have a lot of going on. Tainty already took P8. He has a brilliant start. P7, what did I say? And we have lots of cars going back. Reese, Matthijs, Uskan, all in last place right now. And Tainty is the happy one. And Roker as well, because he took P6 already. Luca's still in the same position, but Roker is between the Aston Martin sandwich right now. And we have to see how fast Luca can get forward here. Luke Walstow already in P10. He has gained some positions as he goes off the track right here because he needs to. Let's see. We have Luke Walstow on the medium tire. Alex as well on the medium tire as they go side by side here. Sakuro and Luke Walstow as Sakuro takes the position from Luke. More in the front, we have Wegdi who tries it with Nitsen. Oh, we see that we have a couple of people having a drive-through penalty. Nitsen, Sakuro and Sherzy all have a drive-through penalty. As Wegdi gets past Ovek here for P2. Now the question is, how fast can he go to Alex? Ovek, of course, on the hard compound tire. And who is also on the hard compound tire is Luca, who took the position from Tainzy. Tainzy, who is on the medium compound tire. Now the question is, how fast can Luca get to the front? It all settles down. And we do not yet have a DRS. And the predicted stop strategy is actually that those started on the hard compound tire have a 1 stop to go. But the medium tire runners do have 2 stops to go. Not sure that will happen in real life, but we will see. Loads of cars in the back who go side by side are Uskan and Dreyer. Oh, you can't go side by side in there. And Dryer Elf knows that. So we have Coke and Luke Walstow now switching positions again. Luke behind Coke, who had a brilliant start there. And is already 13 seconds behind the race leader, of course. Sakura pitted, probably because of that time penalty. Oh, and Luke goes very deep there. And he gets a 3-second penalty because of that. And Plum gets by. How much worse can it be? And we have someone who DNF'd here. Can we... Oh, and he crashed hard. Is this gonna be a safety car? Would almost say it does. He crashed hard, as we can see. But no safety car as of yet. Ah, there we go. I lost my timings there. So, couple of battles going on here. Ofek against Wegdi. Tainzy against Luca, which not really is a battle, but they drove already 2 seconds away from the Alpha Tauri, who is in a fight with Gandalf and Hardy. As we see that Nitson gets past Reese here with the use of DRS, which also will mean that Reese here will get DRS. Can he fight back here? It doesn't seem like it, as we have another one who is DNF'd, crashed into the wall, as we saw right there. Not sure if you all saw that, but he was in the wall, and we do have a safety car. Yes, we do have a safety car. Now the question is, will people go in for the hard compound tire, for example? With the medium runners, like Alex, go in for the hard compound tire. It's a little bit early, I know that. Who is going in is Luke Walstow, A-Lord and Matthijs. Luke Walstow now on the hard compound tire. A-Lord comes out in a medium, which means he needs to pit again, because I don't think the medium tire will get that far. Also, Matthijs is on the medium compound tire here. But yeah, safety car. What an opening lap we have had. Let's see if we can get the position switch. Yes, we do. And we see that Gandalf had a absolute sensational start, who took already 6 places here in the Grand Prix. Also Tainzy, who started P10, now P5. And don't forget Coke, who is now P10, started all behind, but got the job done. And the real loser here has to be Matthijs, who is now in P17. I think there might have been contact here as Gandalf goes in. Yes, he does. He goes probably to the hard compound tire if I was him. We have Ofek passing Wegdi. What has happened there? Oh, he is inside. Okay. Does not say he is inside, which is a little bit weird. Oh, he's just driving here. I don't really know what happened as the Aston Martin crosses the corner line. Let's see. We have... I don't think this is right. A little bit of a bug here, because it says that only Gandalf, Luke, A-Lord and Matthijs stopped for a pit stop. Well, it could be right, by the way. A little bit of a shame that we can't see anything about safety car in this lap? Will there be another round of safety car? We can only watch and maybe tell if the lights go off of the safety car. But not yet. I think it's waiting for Matthijs to arrive to the scene. For now, we have 2 drivers out of this race. Dreyer Elf and Özkan Zarikaya. And this will help Luca get to the front. See, nice shot over here. Safety car is not yet coming in. I think it will do one more lap as we see that someone retired actually. Oh, there was a crash. Oh, there was a massive crash. What has happened here? What has happened here? Alex did not finish. How did that happen? Our racing leader is out of this race. Behind the safety car. He just completely messed up. Such a shame that we don't have a replay in here, but what has happened there? Didn't think that we could see action behind the safety car, but it did happen. Alex, the championship contender, out of this race behind the safety car. And we lost someone else as well. We lost Jerzy as well. That's the first thing I saw, but then Alex completely gone. And Ofek now P1. Well, how many racing laps do we get here? Or how many rounds behind the safety car are left? Waiting for Reese now to join the party. And I truly hope that this was the last lap of the safety car. Yes, we could expect much chaos in this race. But even behind the safety car, what the hell happened? So we have a little bit, okay, we have the race control safety car in this lap. What I wanted to say is Jerzy DNF'd because he ran into Zakuro, who was suddenly still on the track. But now the race restarts. We see Ofek really slowly there. Wagdy is already looking. He is not going yet. There he goes. There he goes. And Wagdy is not awake. Not awake at all. They're still warming up their tires. As we see in the background, also warming up their tires. Not really much happened there as Knudsen, Gandalf, and Zakuro go for it all together into turn 1. We have some wing end plates flying. Zakuro, Gandalf side by side into this turn, and Gandalf is now past Zakuro here. Oh, they touch, and Gandalf is now out of this race. He lost the front wing. Did he lose anything more? Zakuro was so close to the backhand of Gandalf, and that caused Gandalf to spin around. And now, does he have a front wing left? He does have a front wing left. Okay, it's only the wing end plate that is gone, that is missing here. But what a restart we have had here. And we have a DRS train, ladies and gentlemen, from P2 to P5. As Coke is also into the wall. Is he into the wall? No, he isn't, right? Did he lose anything? No damage as we see here. But Wagdy is very close to the back of Ovek. Ovek, who received a 3-second time penalty and is now on the straight together with Wagdy. Can Wagdy try it in turn 1? He's too far away to make the move. Who is making the move? No, it is not a move. They are inside of the pit lane. Why don't we see that? I want to see that, please. Thank you so much. Exciting stuff here. Luca out of DRS zone right now. We do not have DRS yet. But if they are inside the DRS, we have 4 cars in the DRS train. As we see that Plum is also very close to the back of Hardy. Should be team orders here. Either Hardy should go faster or let Plum by, because Plum, of course, is on that medium compound tire. Not doing anything yet as we quickly switch to Wagdy, because we see that they're side by side to the last corner. Not yet. But probably Wagdy taking a wide line. Lining up for this straight. Gets a good exit, of course. And now is getting past Ovek into turn 1. Nice and easy without any use of the DRS. And of course, he is on a medium compound tire. Question is, did he stop already? He did not stop yet. Which means he needs to make a stop, and Ovek needs to make a stop as well. Now, DRS enabled. We have 4 cars behind each other inside the DRS. Tainsy just about missing out. Behind, we have lots of switches here going on. As we see A-Lord going past Luke Walstow. Luke Walstow is not really confident on this track, it seems. Luca, who is now really close to the back of Ovek. They both have DRS. But Luca will try it around the outside here in the last corner. But lines it up for the beautiful straight. They both have DRS. Goes back into the slipstream of Ovek. And now tries it round the outside. But Ovek won't let him. Ovek does go a little bit deep there, but managed to take that corner cleanly. They are very close to each other, the Alfa Romeo, the McLaren, and the Aston Martin of Luka Jovic. As we see that Sakuro now pits. And that will mean that he is quite early to go into the pits. Right, he was on the medium tire. Yeah, quite early indeed. He will go to the hard compound tire here. And we see that Hardy spun round. Hardy spun around here. Tries to get back on the circuit. Luckily he is ghosted for the rest of the field. But Hardy is fallen back to P11 because of that spin. We don't know if that was because of himself or maybe someone else touched him. Meaning Plum is now free to go. Plum is now behind the Alpha Tauri of Roker, who already sends it into the last corner. Oh, almost touches there. And that causes Plum to not get a really good exit out of that last corner. will get DRS, of course, but he is also being pursued by Knudsen, the McLaren, only 4 tenths behind. We see battles all over the track. One of them is, of course, this one. And one of them is this one. Luca, who has fallen behind here. And Ovek, now again, close to the back end of Wegdy. He is inside his DRS zone. And we see that Tainsy cannot keep this pace going. And we also see that Gandalf received a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Ovek gets the DRS here. You cannot try it here. All the drivers want to wait until, of course, this straight, and maybe he waits a little bit longer to try it on the first straight. Cross start finish. He will leave it until then. Now he needs a good exit out of this corner. He gets a good exit, uses his ERS, switches it off, but turns it on again, and here we go. Ovek goes round the outside of Wegdy. Wegdy leaves the car there, and Wegdy still leaves the car there. And Wegdy is on the inside for the next straight. And Ovek still didn't pass Wegdy there. But they are fighting. And that is good news for Luca, because Luca in that way can come back to them. As we see many people pitting right now. Matthijs now P10 because of that. Let's see where they all went to. As someone retired from this race, it's Reese. Reese retired from this race. Will we get another safety car is the question. Doesn't seem like that. He is on the straight. He might have just gone inside the pit and retired there. But we see that the AI of Reese is now in the first corner, which probably means he is out. We see a DNF as well, which is a shame. Back to the action. As someone is off. Is it Sakuro who dropped all down? Some places we have loads of cars here. As we miss that Ovek tries it on the outside again of Wegdy, but Wegdy doesn't let him. Here it will nothing happen. We go back to Coke because this is very interesting. They are so close to each other. They will all get DRS, but it seems like Gandalf is a little bit too low here. He is holding up the pack really bad. Hardy now behind. Lines it up for the start finish. Let's see if he goes for it already or if he... Well, he is too far now. Too far behind. And Coke is too far behind as well. Dropping back now. Question is, who needs to stop? Okay, we have Wegdy, who still needs to stop here. We have Ovek and Luca and Knudsen. It's interesting because Wegdy is on a medium tire as Ovek is really close to the backhand of Wegdy. Almost touches the Alfa Romeo and has a nice switch back here. Has a nice acceleration out of that last corner, which will probably mean... Okay, Wegdy is inside of the pit lane. He will go to that hard compound tire, of course. And Luca will take P2 now. That was an easy overtake by Ovek. As we see a yellow flag again. For I thought it was Coke. And we see that many people are pitting right now. We see that Knudsen is out of the pits, leaving. with a fresh set of medium tires. He will go to the end with that. And Wagdy also on the medium tire. People who need to stop. We have the AlphaTauri of Jaira Roker needs to stop. And we also have Ovek left and Luca left. Luca is very far behind Ovek here. We also see, by the way, how did I not notice, Luke Walstow in P4 and he doesn't need to stop anymore. That is my assumption. He is on the hard compound tire and he started, of course, on that medium compound. As we see that Luca and Ovek both pitted. Can Luke and Alord pass them? Because, let me see, Ovek still into the pit. And yes, Alord is past him. Oh, this is very close. Very close between Ovek and Luke Walstow. But Ovek is in front of Luke Walstow and Alord takes the lead of the race. He already pitted, but he pitted to the medium compound tower. I don't think that will make it till the end. But you never know, of course. This is brilliant stuff. But we have Ovek, of course, on that new set of medium tires. Oh, and he goes for it already in this corner. He is so close to the backhand of Alord there. He wants to get past. Alord is really holding up the McLaren here. And Luca has it even worse because he is in P8 right now because of that pit stop. And Ovek goes past the Red Bull nice and cleanly. We have Wagdy, of course, also up there. And Wagdy tries it to the inside and Alord let them go. Will he let Luke Walstow go? That is the big question as well. Alord goes very defensive in here. But Luke Walstow lines it up for the next straight. But also knows that Alord is getting DRS from those two people. Is within that same slipstream. And Luke Walstow is on the hard compound tire. But Alord's tires are much older and Luke is looking. But will not get past here. Someone went off the track hit there. I think that was Coke, the Alfa Romeo. But Luca fallen all the way down to P7. That is a long way to go. Tainsy goes a little bit wide here. He's on that hard compound and he knows that Luca is coming. I think there will be some team orders right there. As Hardy did not finish there. What happened there? He entered the pits and did not finish. As Coke is a ghost here. Which means we have 11 drivers left in this race. What an opening session we have here. But there's still a race to win. We see that Wagdy is already 2 seconds behind of Ovek as Luka Jovic gets past Tainsy. I think that will be team orders right there. Ovek now sets the fastest lap of the race. And Alord comes in for a new fresh of hard compound tire, I would guess. No, he goes to the mediums again because he already started on that hard compound tire, of course. Causes Luca to be back where he started. P5 for him and still in the lead. Here we have Ovek, who drives an amazing race. Aylord went all the way back to P10 there with that pit stop. There are 8 laps to go. Question is, can Wagdy keep up the pace of Ovek, which I guess he will not. Reason, Ovek is on a medium compound tire. Wagdy, hard compound tire. But all Wagdy needs to do is finish within that 3 seconds of Ovek's time penalty, of course. Does he have still 3 seconds? He already has 6 seconds of time penalties, which, by the way, can be removed by the FIA. But as it stands virtually, P1 will be for Wagdy. Luca already. This is not Luca. This is Luca. Luca already within that DRS zone of Nitsan Ohana. Can he go to the podium? Maybe he can with all those penalties of Luke Walstow and Ovek. But what a race also from Luke Walstow, who came all the way back from the last position. A real defending world champion, so to say. Only race going on right here between Nitsan and Luca, between P4 and P5. We see that Nitsan is also catching up with Luke there. He is almost within 1 second of Luke. So we have a DRS train again with Nitsan, Luca and Luke Walstow, as Luca sets the purple third sector and goes for the inside here, which is now the outside for him. And Nitsan defends. Nitsan defends. He wants to hold that position because he knows he is on a podium position right now. He cuts the corner there. And I thought that was a 3-second time penalty for Nitsan, but luckily it was not. But Luca is faster. We know that Luke Walstow gets another 3-second time penalty. So that means that he is now on 6 seconds. Which means Luca is really fighting for a pole position, for a third position, for a podium position right here. But Nitsan is as well. This will be a great finale of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, as we see that Nitsan is already besides Luke Walstow here. And he is still inside and got Luke Walstow. And Luke Walstow runs wide, but Nitsan is also wide. And Luca is now also past Luke Walstow. And Luca will get DRS here. And Nitsan doesn't have any ERS and DRS left. So Luca now passes Nitsan Ohana in the last corner and is now on P3 on a podium position. But the race is not over yet. Nitsan still has an opportunity to come back on Luca. Because remember, this is for a podium position. And Nitsan knows that as well. And even more could be in the bag. Let's see how far. I cannot do that. Okay, there we go. So we have 6 seconds of penalty for Ovek. If Luca gets 10 seconds, well, 4 seconds now up ahead, then he could go for a P2 victory. But then he needs to push very hard. First he needs to get rid of Nitsun, who is still within the DRS but doesn't have any ERS left. And him on board with Luca, who is just cruising, who has still 50% left in his battery. So nothing to worry about right there. He isn't even using it. And Nitsun is using the DRS but not the ERS. But Nitsun stays within that DRS zone. I think he is just saving his battery, trying to keep up with Luca and go... Oh, as Luca there runs right, which means he gets a 3-second time penalty. This is getting very interesting right now. Is this race gonna be decided by penalties? That would be something. Nitsun still within that DRS zone, but he is using so much ERS. And he's losing so much time because of that, but he can keep up with Luca. He can keep within that DRS zone, but he really doesn't need to. Luca has that 3-second time penalty. If Nitsun doesn't fuck up here, then he just has that P3 for the taking. Nitsun is getting closer, but not close enough here. As we see that Tainsy gets past Luke Walstow as well, because Luke Walstow also knows I have a 6-second penalty. He is still in the points if my calculation is correct. 6 seconds will bring him to P8 here. And Nitsun still very close to the back of Luca. He will get a all or nothing chance, of course. Three laps to go. Ofek still in P1, and by the looks of it, it will stay in P1. 6 seconds behind is not enough for Wegdy. So unless Wegdy can find his throttle, or if Ofek gets another penalty, Ofek will get P1 here. Nitsun totally out of his battery, but still keeping up the pace, keeping within that DRS from Luca. But my guess is that Luca is using ERS, actually. Interesting. And like I said, Nitsun doesn't have any ERS left. He needs to save some ERS, otherwise he won't get past ever. We have also got Matthijs, who is really close to Tainsy in these last couple of laps. We are not playing with penalties here, all racing here. Both drivers on the hard compound tire here. So we have a fair race. Let's see what Matthijs here can do. As A-Lord receives a 3-second time penalty, joins the group of all those people who got time penalties here. It's not that difficult to get a time penalty, to be honest. And Tainsy gets a little bit of an oversteer moment there, which causes Matthijs to get on his throttle. Are you trying it right here? That is not possible, right? No, it isn't. He gets the DRS right here. Question is, Is he using any ERS? No, he isn't. Is he going for the move? He gets really close, but wants to do it on the start-finish straight. Must get past here. Luke Walst, Matthijs for P5. Tries it round the outside of Tainsy here into turn 1. They brake very late, both, but they make the corner and Matthijs still is behind Tainsy. 2 laps to go. Matthijs has 2 laps to nail this overtake. And we also see that Knudsen is already 1.4 seconds behind Luca. Matthijs now in the slipstream from Tainsy. Wants that P5 more than anyone. But same counts for Tainsy, of course. Tainsy also wants that P5. Which is very good for the Constructors' Championship. As it got them virtually a second place after the first race. But it is not over yet. Matthijs will try it. He is 3/10 behind Tainsy as Ovek now crossed the line to make it the final lap of this race. As Matthijs sets on to try it on the start-finish straight. Opens his DRS. Sets his ERS on. But cannot get past into turn 1 here. But he has a whole lap to do it. A whole lap for Matthijs to get past. As Wegdi also receives a 3-second time penalty. And we see that Luca is very close also to Wegdi. We have a grand finale here, ladies and gentlemen. The last lap is counting. Luca is looking for a P2 here in the first round of the Premier Formula Racing League. And we also got Matthijs, who is fighting for P5. And all the way in front we have Ovek in P1, who created a gap of 10 seconds. And Ovek, if we switch to him, then we see that he is now in the final corner of this race. And we also see that Luca is side by side with Wegdi and takes P2 here. Wegdi tries to cut inside, but doesn't get it. He almost loses the car. Ovek crosses the line in P1. Luca will cross the line in P2. Wegdi, who fought so hard, will cross that line in P4 actually, because of the time penalties. And Knudsen takes P2 here. Now, is there still a fight going on between Matthijs and Tainsy? All the way to the line, but Tainsy takes his P5 home. And we also see that Plum takes P8 from Luke, because Luke of course had that time penalty. And all the drivers, as it seemed, well, not all the drivers, we are waiting for Gandalf, who is very happy with his P11, which I can imagine, because that will give you no points at all. And we also see that Coke is legendary, because in that final corner he managed to crash it, which, well, sums up his whole race. But the winner of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is Ovek, who immediately takes the first place in the driver championship as well. Obviously, it's a 1-2 for McLaren. What a race. Takes his steering wheel all to the podium. Of course, you can do that. Very happy indeed. And Luca takes P3. But a 1-2 for the McLarens to start off the season. A better start you cannot imagine. Let's see what that means for the rest of the drivers. P3, like I said, for Luca, and P4 for Wegdi, who tried so hard but did not succeed. P5 for Tainzi, P6 Matthijs, P7 for Roker in the Alfa Tauri, P8 Plom in the Ferrari, P9 Luke Walstow, and P10 we have Red Bull from A-Lord. This was the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for this week, but we will be back next week already with the next race, and this race will take place in Mexico. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your evening, and until next week.